Hey ladies, it has been a long time since since I've done an update. So I am going to do an update on Wyatt's surgery and his 6-week update because it's all kind of rolled into one. And then I'm also going to do my postpartum. Who are you talking to? Oh. We're going to do my postpartum, my labor and delivery, and then I'm going to do a video about my daughter's 5th birthday party planning. But before I start on his update, I will show him to you. Look. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. This is Wyatt. He is exactly 6 weeks today. Okay, so. Oh, bless you. Bless you. You sneezing? Okay, so when he was about a week and a half old, he started puking, and it wasn't normal baby spit up. It was forceful, and it would come out of his nose, and it was a lot. But at first we weren't too worried. We just figured he was a puker. It wasn't a big deal. And then we went to he had to get his weight checked when he was 2 weeks old. And he was down from his birth weight was 10 pounds. He was down to 9 pounds, 3 ounces. So that's when we kind of got a little nervous. My doctor wanted to see us back again in a week to check his weight then. So we went back when he was 3 weeks old and he was down to 9 pounds even. So he had lost weight again. At that point, we started to get concerned. My doctor sent us to the hospital here and had Wyatt get blood work done and an ultrasound. And when they did the ultrasound, they said his pyloric muscle was a little swollen, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't abnormal. So my doctor wanted to wait 4 more days and see how it went. But then the next day, I started to get really nervous. I started to panic because we do have a family history of pyloric stenosis on my side. I have a cousin who had it, actually 2 cousins who had it. But, sorry. So I called my doctor and I was pretty much in hysterics when I called his office, saying that I was freaking out. I wanted to go figure out what was going on because at the ultrasound, the tech who did it seemed very concerned and said that he wanted my doctor to send Wyatt to Children's Hospital right then. But my doctor is he's kind of laid back. He's more kind of take it easy. And so he wanted to wait. But I started freaking out when he was puking more. And things that my doctor had us try were supplemental feeding. So when he was nursing, I would, basically it was a tube that went next to my boob. And when he was eating, he would get 2 ounces through the tube. He threw that up right away. And then we were supposed to try 2 ounces in a bottle every 3 hours, and he wouldn't even take the bottle. So at that point, I was freaking out because he was not getting food. And when he was getting food, he was throwing it up. He wasn't going to the bathroom like he should, and it wasn't normal. So I called freaking out, and my doctor said to go to Children's right now. He had already spoken with them, and they were waiting for us. So we had to drive 4.5 hours to take Wyatt up there. What we did is luckily, sorry if you guys hear that, that's my washing machine. Where we live and the hospital right in between is where my parents and my in-laws and everybody lives. Our whole family lives right in between. And so we dropped our kids off with my mother-in-law, Brooke and Mason, and then we took Wyatt up. We got there at about 8 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock they had told us that he had pyloric stenosis, and basically that means that the pyloric muscle, which is the muscle in between his stomach and his upper intestine, the first part of his intestines, it's supposed to be like this, and his was like that. It was closed. Nothing could pass through, so he was not getting any nutrients. He was not eating. He was not getting anything. So they had to do surgery. What they did is they made 2 incisions above his belly button, and then they went in and they just cut the first 2 layers of that muscle. And basically it was supposed to be like this, but now his is like this. It's just open. And everything went great. When he was in the recovery room, they told me I was going to have to wait um, quite a while to feed him because they wanted to start him on Pedialyte and things like that first to see how his stomach handled it. But when I got down to his recovery room, he was laying in the little bed, and it was really hard to watch. He had a tube in his nose, and he had an IV and things like that, and that was hard to watch. He was starving. He had to go almost 24 hours without eating, and then that was hard on him. That was hard on me too. I wanted to feed him, but I went down and he was hooked up to everything. The tube was out, which was great. The only thing he had at that point was his IV. And then the nurse asked me if I wanted to nurse him, and I said yes. And I will tell you that was the most emotional feeding I've ever done in my life, because he was so hungry and he had just gone through something that was, really scary, and something that a 3 or 4 week old baby should not have to go through. But he nursed, and he was so hungry. He ate so much, and he puked it up right away. They said that it was pretty common because he was coming out of anesthesia, and he hadn't eaten in so long that it was kind of like a shock to his system. So he did throw that up. The next feeding was just a little bit of spit up. The one after that was just a little bit of spit up too. So there's 2 of spit up, and then at nighttime, the nurse said that he had thrown up again because his blankets were wet, but nobody's seen it to really see what it was, how much it was, or anything like that. So at that point, they decided to give him the milk that I had pumped from the 24 hours he hadn't eaten. Give him that mixed in with a little bit of Pedialyte. That way he could kind of ease his stomach back onto the breast milk. And so he had about 3 feedings, the Pedialyte and the breast milk, and then he went back to nursing, and he's been just fine ever since. He hardly spits up. There's been absolutely no throwing up. His diapers are great, and he is doing really good. Huh, mister? And he is back to gaining weight, huh? Yeah, he is. At 6 weeks old, he has finally outgrown his newborn clothes, which I think for a 10-pound baby is a little strange, but considering what he went through, that's all right, huh? So that's all right. And now, oh, really? When last time we went to the doctor, oh, hi, mister, was a week after his surgery, and he was up, when we got him to the hospital, Children's Hospital, he was at 8 pounds, 3 ounces, so he had lost almost a pound in a day. And when we left the hospital, he was about 8.5 pounds, and when we went to his appointment a week later, he was 9 pounds, 2.6 ounces. So he had gained almost a pound in a week, which was fantastic. Huh, that was still good. He has another appointment on the 11th, and we'll find out if he's still, I can tell that he's gaining weight just by feeling him, but we'll find out how much he's gained. Huh, mister? Yeah. Are you going to be a big boy? Huh? Are you going to be a big boy? That's my baby. But other than that, that's pretty much his whole update, because since then we have just been home and just relaxing, because that has been a tough road, huh? That was a lot to deal with. And I do know that it could have been a lot worse, that there are families who deal with a lot worse, but for us, this was stressful. And I know I am very thankful that that is all that it was, and that it was a simple procedure. Yeah. And that there was nothing else wrong with him, that it was just something that could be fixed. And now he's a happy, healthy little guy. Huh. Damn, a happy, healthy little guy. Oh, now we're not happy. Want to see him say, look, I'm not happy now. Oh, now we're going to be happy? Yeah, can't let him know that you're a grumpy guy, right? Yeah. So that is the 6-week update on him. And I'm sorry if I clog your news feed with all the new videos. I'm about to do my 6-week postpartum. Oh, yeah. Grumpy boy. My 6-week postpartum. And then I have a few more videos that I wanted to do. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Bye.